Hi friends, welcome to my channel Yaya's Heart Tarot. Today is Wednesday, September 21st, and I will be bringing you midweek messages. However, I'm going to do things a little bit differently today. I have been noticing, and so have some other people that I've spoken to today, some really funky energy going on. So I don't want to split my energy doing more than one reading, so we'll just be doing one reading today. I'm going to try and get as many variables or possibilities as I can on this read so that it will cover more than one individual, but I really don't want to do more than one reading. Energy's just been really heavy today, really sort of foggy, so I am just going to stick with one reading. I'm also going to use only a couple of decks today, most likely, and I plan to use one deck that's brand new deck that I just got, see how it rolls for us, and then I'm going to use one of my favorite decks that I've had for a very long time as a clarifier for each position. I'm also going to use a spread from that particular deck, the book that came with it. It's called the Osho Zen Tarot. It's one of my very favorites. And I'm going to most likely use the book for most of the cards, which I rarely do. There's very few tarot decks that I use the book much at all, but this book has some of the most beautiful messages, and they're messages that kind of turn your head. Little different perspective on a lot of things, and so I learn a lot from this book, so I'm probably going to go ahead and use the book. Also, the cards are very different than your traditional tarot deck, so again, I feel like the purpose that the cards were drawn for, each card is laid out very well in the book, and so I will probably be reading some from the book. So that will kind of take us a little bit longer, but then again, we're only doing one reading, so hopefully this won't take too terribly long. But let's go ahead and get started and see how this goes. Again, I'm going to use this new deck to kind of lay out the cards, and then for each position, I think I will probably pull clarifiers from the Osho deck. So the first position, the first question, the first query that we have for Spirit is, what is the situation that you are dealing with this week? What situation is coming up for you? So, Spirit, what is the situation that my listeners are dealing with this week? Okay, so we got the Magician. The Magician. So, you are either having a tremendous week where everything you put your mind to works out. You're having a lot of new ideas. You're having a lot of success in making things work for you, finding things that you need, possibly manifesting some more wealth or abundance into your life. There's just a lot of things that are coming to you, but they are not coming to you of their own accord. They're coming to you because you are drawing them to yourself. You're drawing these things to yourself. You're having these amazing ideas. You're connecting spirit and earth, and you are bringing together the heart and the head. Everything is just syncing up and really just bringing about amazing developments for you this week. On the flip side, some of you might be trying really hard to make something work, and it just is not working at all. So this is either going to be one end of the spectrum or the other, depending on which one you relate to, which one resonates for you. So either you are the magician, you are making everything work and just creating brand new things, or the magician is your nemesis and nothing you do is working out properly. You can't come up with any new ideas. You don't have the resources that you need. Nothing that you try is working out the way that it should. So it's one end or the other. So that's the situation this week. And so let's pull, let's pull some clarifiers here, or a clarifier. Spirit, can we have a clarifier from the Osho deck here for some or all of the listeners? If we want to maybe get clarifier for some and a different clarifier for others, that way we can kind of see what other possibilities there are here. Okay, so as a clarifier, we got the 10 of Pentacles. So this is the group of you that everything is working out. Everything is coming to you. You are just in the zone. You are just completely in the zone this week. This card says we are the world. This is a pretty easy clarifier. It's definitely on the plus side for this. You know what? I'm not even going to use the book for that one because that one's pretty clear. And so then we got a card called Past Lives, and this one corresponds to the Moon card, I believe. The Moon card. And so the Moon card is things that are not in your awareness, things that are perhaps dark to your awareness, to your understanding. So this could be those of you who are trying really hard to make things work and they're just not working out. It's not that you don't have the capabilities. It's not that you don't have access to the resources. It's just that the hows and the who's and the what's are not clear to you. They're not jumping out and making themselves known to you. So let's take a look at this card in the book. I do want to see what this one has to say. Past lives. The child can become conscious only if in his past life he has meditated enough, has created enough meditative energy to fight with the darkness that death brings. One simply is lost in oblivion and then suddenly finds a new womb and forgets completely about the old body. There is a discontinuity. This darkness, this unconsciousness creates the discontinuity. East has been working hard to penetrate these barriers. And 10,000 years' work has not been in vain. Everybody can penetrate to the past life or many past lives, but for that you have to go deeper into your meditation for two reasons. Unless you go deeper, you cannot find the door to another life. Secondly, you have to be deeper in meditation because if you find the door of another life, a flood of events will come into the mind. It is hard enough even to carry one life. So this is saying that for those of you who are finding yourselves not being able to do what you want to do this week, this is talking about that you actually, in your DNA, in your energy, you have many, many past experiences that you can draw from. That, in fact, is one of the things that the Magician card speaks about, that you do have all of this energetic connection, both to the material world as well as the spirit realm. So you have within you the capability to pull all of that together. So the situation for some of you is that you've not come to understand that yet. Some of you have. Some of you have come to understand that you have everything within you that you need. And things are working out very well for you. Some of you have not come to understand that yet. Some of you, these past lives are still darkness. You still haven't figured out how to tap into that. And this card speaks of meditation and doing enough meditation. Meditation doesn't necessarily mean formal meditation, sitting down, listening to music or sounds or someone talking you through a meditation. That's not necessarily what this card means. This card very likely, especially since it corresponds to the moon, very likely speaks of just going inward and listening to what is inside of you, not the chatter that comes out of your mouth, and not the chatter that's all around you every day, day in, day out, that's around all of us. But meditation means getting quiet enough to actually hear your energy, hear your soul, hear your heart. So for some of you, this is a prompt to take some time away from the busyness and really look inside and start to realize what you have within you, what capabilities you have within you. What is something that you've always wanted to try, but you've never done it because you were too busy, because you were afraid, because you didn't have the stuff you needed to do it. Whatever that was, whatever that is that's calling to you, that's probably something that you've been a master of in a past life, or dealt with a great deal in a past life or past lives. And so things not working out for you could have as much to do with you not realizing that you have the power within you to make those things work out. That this is more of an internal situation rather than an external one. It's not so much that the world is working against you. It's just that you may not have stepped into your power yet. You may not have realized what you are really capable of. So the situation with things not working out this week may be a matter where you might need to take some time alone, or just jump into something that you've always wanted to try, and opening up that channel to your connection to spirit, to your connection to your body, to your earth, to the earth, to your past lives. Opening up that channel is something that's going to allow not only that one thing to flow, but it's going to open up your, like they say, you never forget how to ride a bike. So it's the same sort of idea that once you open up that memory, that DNA memory, that psychic memory, it will begin to flow, and it will open up pathways to other things in your life that will suddenly come much more easily for you, that will feel much more natural, that will remind you that you know how to do a lot more than you give yourself credit for. Okay, so then the other card that we got is the Two of Swords, and the card says schizophrenia. So this card is talking about getting trapped in your own mind, and not being able to make a decision, not being able to pick a clear path. This is being tormented by two different possibilities, or a number of different possibilities, which are keeping you from being able to bring your energy into a coherent center point, from which you can make things work. So again, this is a card that speaks to those of you who are having a hard week, who are having a week where nothing is working out. And that could be because you are so pulled between different possibilities that you're so concerned about making sure that every possibility is dealt with, that you're not able to pick a path. You're not able to be decisive and to take decisive action. You're just constantly ping-ponging between one thing and the next. And so that is keeping you from anything working for you, because you're divided. I talked at the beginning of this about this wonky energy that we have feeling today, and that I didn't want to divide my energy into more than one reading, because that weakens the energy and it weakens you. And so that is what this card is speaking about. By dividing your energy between two or more competing ideas or competing actions. It just weakens you. It weakens whatever you put out there is only, excuse me for saying it, but it's half-assed. You need to pull all of your energy into a coherent place. So going inside with this moon card here, going inward and seeing what it is that feels strong, that feels solid to you, that feels like home, that's going to give you something to grip onto that is going to be that place where you can pull yourself into a coherent middle place, rather than being concerned about all of the different possibilities. It's going to give you an idea, it's going to give you a knowing about where your strength really lies, so that you can focus on that instead of focusing on, well, this might be the best, or this might be the best, or I might need to do this, or I could bring this in too. Instead of, fractionating everything and trying to do a little bit of each thing, trying to do a little bit of everything, you need to go within yourself and feel what it is that feels true to you and focus on that one thing. So the next position that we want, or the next query that we have, Spirit, thank you for those messages. The next query that we have is, what is something that my listeners are not seeing? What is a factor that they are not aware of that's blocked from them? This may be something that is blocking them from moving forward. This could be something that is actually holding them back. This could be something that will be very beneficial if they were to see it, but they're not seeing it. Okay, so we got the Six of Cups, and we got the Queen of Wands. The Six of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Okay, so again, we're back to this past lives. The Six of Cups is looking back. And then the Queen of Wands is a mastery of action, of passion, of insight, and just a very creative, passionate, fiery nature. So what you're not seeing, you're not looking back into these past lives, and seeing that you have, in your past lives, have been just a very creative, fiery, masterful person. Most likely you are a woman in that past life, whether you are a woman now or not. And so that is what is blocked, is unseen by you. There is very strongly a past life situation, and perhaps several, where you have been very possibly even a ruler, a queen, but certainly a very powerful individual who is able to create new things, to bring forth and new ideas and make them into something tangible. So that is a factor that you are not seeing, that is blocked from you right now. So let's get some clarifiers on that. Spirit, could we get some clarity on those cards, please? Okay, so the card that we got is the Two of Wands. Possibilities, the Two of Wands. This again is speaking of your ability to take a hold of an opportunity and make it something really spectacular. This card is absolutely beautiful. these fiery tones, and then there is the eagle that's flying above. So this card is speaking to you about your ability to the Two of Wands talks about having, basically, you have your choice of whatever you want. That is, and both choices are very abundant, both choices are very powerful, and you've got your choice. You can choose whatever you want. So this card, again, is telling you that you have this capability, you have this within you, you have this within your past lives, you have this still within your DNA to reach out and take whatever it is that you want and make it your own and make it something spectacular and wonderful. So that's pretty amazing. Thank you, Spirit, for that. And the next query that we have, the next position, is what is something that you are aware of, but you may not be utilizing it to its best extent properly. You just might not be utilizing it, or there's something you're not seeing about that, but it is something that's in your awareness. Spirit, what is it that's in my listeners' awareness, but they may not be utilizing it properly? Okay, so we got the Nine of Swords and we got the Seven of Pentacles. So what is in your awareness is that you have been harmed by I'm feeling like a work situation in your life. Or maybe not necessarily harmed by it, but there's been work situations that have not worked out, that just they just go nowhere. You've got these situations where you look back on possibly years of toiling at this particular work situation, this particular job, and you've gotten nothing out of it. You've really gotten nothing monetary to speak of. You've gotten nothing, you feel like you've not gained any wisdom or knowledge or experience or expertise or anything like that. So that is the factor that you're aware of. So let's get some clarifiers on this as to how that can change or needs to change, or what you're supposed to know about that. Spirit, what is my listener? Okay. So what you're supposed to know about that is that you're exhausting yourself by repeating this scenario that doesn't work for you. So now we're going back to this, things not working out, nothing's working properly, and being able to go back into your past lives, to go into your inner being and take the time to feel what feels like something that works for you, what feels like something that feels good to you. And so that's what this is talking about. What you're doing now is what you've decided that you need to do, or what someone has told you that you need to do, or what someone has told you that's the best way to make money for you, or with your skills, or with your education, or with your this, or with your that. This is your only choice. You've got to do this. Whatever it is, whatever the situation is, you've locked yourself into this situation that doesn't return anything to you. It just takes and takes and takes. And you are on your way, if not already there, to exhaustion. So again, this reading is the spirits are begging you to go inside, to really look inward. If you're not connected with past lives, that's fine. You don't have to be. You don't have to go into some sort of meditative state and go into your Akashic records and whatever you've heard of before, whatever you're familiar with. You don't have to know that. You don't have to have a movie reel about what your past lives have been. Whatever it is that you've done in past lives that has been successful, that has been your life, that has left a mark, whether that mark was good or bad, you still have that within your DNA. You still feel that. And so just by going inward and really, really listening to what your heart's passion would be, and then following that, figuring out some way to do that, even if it's just in, a hobby or something, just to get started, to open up that floodgate to the passion that your life has had, and that you could still have. Once you open that up, you're going to, because it's something that lights you up, you're going to realize that you have an affinity for it. You have a talent for whatever it is. And so it's going to, rather than being something that is far-fetched and, a hobby at best that you probably don't have time for, whatever the situation is, once you open that up, even if you just do it in a small way, it's going to snowball, and you're going to realize over time that this comes so easy to you. It comes so very easy that you could make this into something. You could make a living at this, or you could just bring joy into your life with it with very little effort, because it doesn't take a lot of effort the way this does. This takes so much effort to get up in the morning, to go and do this job, whatever this is, to live this life, whatever this is. It takes so much away from you because it's not who you are. It's who you've been told you need to be, but it is not who you are. And it is stealing your energy. So if you want to thrive in this lifetime, give that little whisper, if that's all it is, of this would feel so good. Give it a chance. Give that a chance. And you will be surprised at how easily it comes to you and how much it enriches your life. Even if you still stay at this, to make money or to make a living or whatever it is, or because it's what you know, even if you just bring this in a tiny little way, it's going to bring so much more joy to your life, that it will just give you this energy instead of draining it from you. So, Spirit, thank you so much for that message. What action should my listeners be taking at this point? What action should they take to make the most of their lives? What action can they take? Okay, well, this is fascinating. We got the 5 of Cups and the 6 of Swords. Leave your regrets behind. Absolutely leave any regrets that you have behind. If you regret having stayed at this for as long as you have, for as much as it has drained you, don't regret it. Don't waste another iota of energy on regretting what you have done in the past. You need to just walk away from it. And again, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to leave this, but you need to take yourself out of that mindset that that's all you can be and that's all you can do and that's what you need to do. If you see that as, I have to do this to make a living, or I have to do this because I've committed to it, if you can't leave behind the mentality that regardless of how this harms me, regardless of how much this takes from me, I have to stick with it. You have got to leave that mentality behind. You have to leave behind the idea that it's okay that you are being depleted and harmed and robbed of your energy and your joy in life. You have to leave that behind and realize we got the King of Wands. We're one step up now from the Queen of Wands. Realize that your passion, whatever it is that lights your fire, whatever it is that sounds like, I wish I could do that, that's what you need to do. Even if it's in a small way to begin with. That little spark will ignite your engine and bring you so much more energy and so much more joy. There is so much energy in joy. So finding something that you enjoy, engine of joy, will give you back everything that you've lost here. It's not gone for good. Don't regret what has happened here. Don't look back. Just move on forward. Start this passionate journey, and you will end up, it's as though you're going to start from new. You're going to start all over again. It's not like you're starting from in a hole. You're going to regain this energy, this it's almost like magic. I mean, we had the magician to start off with our reading, and this is like magic. You're going to go from exhaustion to elation like that, just by doing something that lights you up. Spirit, thank you for that. Let's get one card to clarify from the Osho deck here. Awareness. Yeah, we got the awareness card. So let's see. This is the Seven of... Oh no, this is a major arcana. Okay. Sorry, these cards are really different. So this, I believe, is the Chariot card. Yes, this is the Chariot. So so go for it. Absolutely figure out what it is that lights you up and then go for it. Do it. Don't hesitate. Okay. So Spirit, thank you for those messages. And could we please, as a final message, get the outcome for my group of listeners, please? What is the outcome for them? What outcome can they look forward to? Okay. Okay. We got the Tower, you guys. The Tower. This means that the foundation that you've built your life on is faulty. This foundation that you have to do this thing that tears you down, that depletes you, that wears you out, that exhausts you, that's faulty, and it's going to come toppling down very, very soon. It's not sustainable. You can't continue to do this. So you have a choice. You either come down with the Tower or you get out now. We also got the Knave of Wands. This is the Page of Wands. This little guy is starting on his journey. He's very young and youthful and excited. He's just starting out learning about his power. This is going to be you. And we got the Wands again. This is this fiery creative passion. You guys, I'm getting all of these messages over and over and over again that you are these amazingly inventive, fiery, passionate, exciting people who just make things happen. That's who you are. Whether that's what you have done in your life or not, that's who you are. You have this capability within you. So leap. This Tower's coming down. It's coming down really soon. Start this new journey. Start this new journey of being this passionate, inventive, exciting, happy individual. Could we get one more card from the Osho deck, please, for this final outcome? Well, that was a little bit more than one, but we'll go with it. We got Devil. This card is the Devil. So, and it says conditioning on this card. I want to read on this one. This card recalls an old Zen story about a lion who was brought up by sheep and who thought he was a sheep, until an old lion captured him and took him to a pond where he showed him his own reflection. Many of us are like this lion. The image we have of ourselves comes not from our own direct experience, but from the opinions of others. A personality imposed from the outside replaces the individuality that could have grown from within. We become just another sheep in the herd, unable to move freely and unconscious of our own true identity. It's time to take a look at your own reflection in the pond and make a move to break out of whatever you have been conditioned by others to believe about yourself. Dance, run, jog, do gibberish, whatever is needed to wake up the sleeping lion within. Could that be more perfect? Could that be more perfect? And the other cards we got were New Vision and the Master. You guys, you can have a new vision and become the master of your life. What a beautiful, beautiful finish to this reading. Thank you so much, Spirit, for all of these messages. And thank you for being with me to dive into this. I am really excited for you guys. I am so hopeful for you. Gosh, I just have this swelling of joy in thinking about all the things that you're going to do. You deserve so much better than this exhaustion, than this pain and suffering. Constant. You deserve so much better than that. And obviously, it's coming. Wow. This has been a really powerful reading. I'm glad that I went ahead and did this. I almost didn't do a reading today because of this funky energy, but I think this pulled together really nicely, and wow, just wow. I'm excited for you guys' potential. So go out and get it. And I hope it works out for you. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I always am grateful that you're here, and I hope to see you again real soon. Bye-bye.